What's up, you guys? It's Sir Scrub here, bringing you some more Scrub 2 Yu-Gi-Oh! And in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at how to beat Nekroz. Before we get into today's video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And if you do want to see more creative content from me, please be sure to check out my Patreon, PayPal, and TCG Player Store, all linked in the description. But with all the shameless plugs out of the way, let's go ahead and jump both feet into today's video. So, for those of you who are new to my How to Beat series, I break this video down into 4 distinct parts. First off, the strengths of the deck as if you were playing it. Secondly, how to beat it when going first. Then how to beat it when going second. And then some cards you probably don't want to play against this deck. Now, I will say that I do a lot of these decks that I don't generally know a whole lot about, that I have to do a lot of research for. I'm pretty good against this deck. A lot of my friends that I have in person play this deck, so I've got a lot of first-hand experience dealing with this deck. So starting off, what makes this deck so good? Well, it is extremely consistent. Basically, everything in this deck searches something. Clausulus can search spells and is in turn searchable with Rhoda. Valkyrus can draw more cards. Trishula can out-problem cards, not to mention the best ritual monster in the deck, Unicorn, which is a skill drain for any monster summoned from the extra deck. And since this deck is ritual-based, it has the entire incantation engine for generic support. As well, Shuret can fill the entire cost of a ritual summon, and Kaleidoscope can use a monster from the extra deck to pay for the cost. This deck typically also runs Mega Zaborg to rip apart the opponent's extra deck, as well as generate massive advantage via Herald of the Arclight. And another powerful tech that you need to have on your radar is Vanity's Ruler to stun combo decks. All in all, this deck has all the right parts for meta relevancy, it just hasn't had its big breakout moment. So it's something that may come up in the future, and you definitely want to have this deck on your radar. With that being said, let's move on. Now, outside of Trishula, this deck doesn't have very many removal options. As well, Trish is super easy to play around, starting off with Rivalry of the Warlords, which is a really good card to stun this deck. It shuts down the entire incantation engine, as well as restricting them between their Nekroz monsters and tech monsters. Anti-Spell Fragrance also slows this deck down immensely, and also has the added benefit of being really good against Pendulum and Sky Striker this format. As well, Imperial Order is a blowout card, but be aware it is limited, so I would not rely on it. My favorite spicy tech for this deck, and also the Scrub tier tech for this video, is definitely got to be Mask of Restrict. This card is not exactly the most widely applicable card, which is why I don't bring it up a whole lot, but it can, if you're also struggling against your True Draco matchup. This card is also a blowout against them, but it is definitely a blowout against Nekroz, because it will prevent them from being able to ritual summon, considering they will not be able to tribute any monsters for the cost. As well, it prevents Mega Zaborg or Vanity's Ruler from ever hitting the board. Beyond that, something like Mistake or even Colossus can absolutely wreck this deck, considering it really relies on its searching. Summon Limit also puts in hella work against this deck, stopping them after their first incantation to where they can't even go into their ritual monsters or anything. They basically can't make any plays. As well, the timing of your interruptions is, as usual, very important. Try to save negation for power play cards like Mega Zaborg or Valk. And that's something you really want to... Mega Zaborg, for all you combo decks out there, Mega Zaborg is the card you want to save your impermanence for, because if Zaborg resolves against a combo deck, you basically have lost. With that being said, let's move on. So, starting off going second, we have, of course, Hand Traps. Ash Blossom can be really good at stifling the incantation engine, and with the wrong hand, it may even end their turn. Droll Lockbird also puts in serious work against this deck, considering it does rely a lot on searching. You also need to be able to deal with a Unicorn, so cards like Pancratops or even a Kaiju can turn the tide of a duel. But be aware they do nothing to out Vanity's Ruler. I would also suggest using cards like Impermanence or Valor to combat the Mega Zaborg, which again is a blowout card. And you can also use the Mind Control to out a Vanity's Ruler lock, as well as Unicorn. Really, really good card against this deck. But with that being said, let's take a look at some relatively useless cards against this deck. So starting off the useless cards section, we have Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. There's simply no targets for this card except Valk, and there are better ways of dealing with Valk. So it's really just not a card that you want to be siding in against this deck. Super Poly is also not that good against this deck, just because there's not generally, you could do like I think it's Mud Dragon and a Swamp or whatever it is. I'll have the real picture, what it really is on the screen right now. I don't know as I'm recording this. So you could absolutely use that, but there's just better cards for dealing with this deck. Beyond that, Back Row Hate is generally not useful, as this deck relies on its monsters to stun the opponent. Though this deck could easily incorporate Back Row and Floodgates in the side deck, but as of this recording, that generally doesn't happen. At the end of the day, each and every duel is different, and you must treat it accordingly. But that's all I've got for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. And if you do want to see more creative videos from me, please be sure to check out my Patreon, PayPal, and TCG Player Store, all linked in the description. With that being said, most importantly, don't forget, be a scrub. Peace.